Happy New Year, everybody! Welcome to the year 2020. You are listening to episode 28 of the Wellsy Weekly Podcast, the show where I talk about anything and everything. I'm your host, John, aka Wellsy, and we have made it, ladies and gentlemen. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new year. How were everybody's celebrations? Did you enjoy the fireworks, or were you too busy partying? I was personally chilling out with the family, having a bit of curry, watching the fireworks display from the comfort of my chair, in my spot, not freezing outside. It was great, it was wonderful. But now, we're ready to move on into a new year. So, my plan for today is to just review 2019, look at some of the good times we've had this year, and of course the challenges that is New Year's resolutions. But before I kick things off today, I want to ask you the question of the week, and that question is, do you have any New Year's resolutions? If you do, and you would like to share them with me, let me know down below in the comments if you'd be ever so kind. Now, I want to take you back on a journey to the start of 2019, where I was more drunk than I probably should be. I started last year pretty well. Living the uni life, catching up with mates, and no deadlines to worry about. Life was pretty good. And then my card was eaten by an ATM. And I know I've mentioned this story in the past, but you do not realise how traumatic it is to have your card eaten by a card machine. And then spend a week trying to get it blocked and replaced. Like seriously, a week. To get one card blocked because apparently they don't automatically do it when they chomp on mine. And then to get it replaced, I had to speak to Sandy, who was trying his best but failed to help in any matter, as well as the woman from Barclays, who looked like she was ready to quit her job and move to the Bahamas with a new toy boy, Tommy. Right? If you want to hear the full story, go check out my previous podcast. It is a bit bad quality, but it is amusing to listen to me rant for about 10 minutes. I think it was episode 3, so yeah, go check that out. So, I didn't get off to a great start, but things got better. A few months later, I met up with my wild boys and we took a trip to Bristol, the most elegant, new-aged hippie city I've ever been to. And my god, I have never been to a city where every store is a microbrewery or every cafe is a microbrewery. And it sells so much bloody sourdough. Like, I'm talking pizzas, beer, cheese, probably bread. Everything sourdough. And the worst thing about it was, there was no Corona. I couldn't find a single bottle of Corona anywhere in that city. Can you imagine my horror when there was no Corona? Like, I like a Corona with a lime, and it's fabulous. But I could not appreciate that taste in Bristol, could I? Which was a little sad. But what I did manage to find, or should I say, me and the Wild Boys managed to find, was a group of feminist female Scottish rappers. It was the most bizarre thing that I've ever watched, or ever heard, to be honest. And it is certainly something I'll never forget. Now, you can take that as a positive or a negative. It's entirely up to you. I actually have a video about that trip as well if you want to go check it out. I can't remember the episode number, but you should definitely go check it out. And at this point, it seemed like 2019 was a mental year, and it got even crazier, right? I'm talking, I broke my nose at laser tag, I was attacked by a rainbow, I even slut dropped for the devil. That was in an escape room with my friends. It was a huge laugh, and the best part is, we managed to complete that escape room. It was such a good feeling that. We still have the photos to prove it. It was a good trip, it really was. And of course, I started this podcast. This channel was created and I uploaded the first podcast on the 22nd of May. And here we are today, episode 28. I can't believe it, really. It's really good. It's good fun to do these videos, practice my editing skills, and which I think I've improved. I've definitely improved if you compare it to the first one. Definitely sounds better. Record once a week, have a bit of a natter, and just have something I can say, I did that, No one forced me to do it, it's all my own work, and I'm pretty proud of it, to be fair. And I hope you all enjoy it too. I know some dedicated listeners and people ask me how things are going every now and then, and it's all just a bit of fun that I can share with all of you, really, who are listening. So, 2019 was a pretty good year, for a number of reasons, and I'm sure this year will go even better. Now, it's that time again, when people start saying they're going to go better themselves, or challenge themselves, or try something they've never had before. I'm talking about New Year's resolutions. Most of us have tried making them at some point or another. and I'm sure most people have failed it within the first week or month. I find it very rare that someone says they're going to do something and stick with it for an entire year, and I'm exactly the same. You know, I'm faulted for this as well. I've made them in the past to try and bulk up, get muscles, go to the gym, eat healthy and all that, you know, but usually I have a bad day and I'll just say, oh, I'll do it tomorrow, or the day after that, and so on until there's no chance in hell that I'm going to do a 5k run every morning. That was genuinely one of mine. I was just like, no. But to the people who can do it and make these resolutions and actually stick to it, well done. Like, not many people can do that. I certainly can't. But if you can make an entire 365 days completing your resolutions, then fair play to you, sir or madam. Fair play. Now, if you're sat here listening to the podcast and thinking, is he going to tell us about his resolutions? Then you're absolutely right. Because I need to make this video last a little longer, so I shall whitter away. So, my opinion usually changes on New Year's resolutions each year. Sometimes I think they're pointless, sometimes I have the motivation to actually try it, and other times I've just made a bet I want to try and win. And this year, I kind of want to do something to better myself. I could say get healthier, but to be honest with you, I know I won't do that constantly, and it's a very generic one, so I might skip that one this year. Like, I'll try and get fitter, but I won't go crazy if I fail to do push-ups every morning like a machine. No. This year, I want to improve my archery skills. I've been taking lessons and I've got a certificate now, so I can enter competitions, you know. I'm like a novice now, which is kind of cool. Which is something I've always wanted to do, you know. Even as a kid, I wanted to do archery. And my high score for shooting a Portsmouth round, because there's different types of rounds and different types of bows you can shoot. I use a recurve bow, and I shoot Portsmouth round. And my personal best at the moment is 249. Now, that's not a terrible score, but I want to do so much better. So this year, I want to try and score 350, maybe 400 points, depending on how much time I get to practice. I think this is achievable, definitely achievable. I think that's why so many people don't end up doing resolutions. It's because we try and do something that is so much bigger than we thought, or something huge that we just can't take on all at once straight away. I think it's better to try and build up to a goal. But I imagine a lot of people forget to try and do that. So yeah, I'll try and get a personal best of 300 by the end of the year. But I'll probably set like little scores throughout the year, so maybe I'll try and get 275 first, and then to 300, and then to 325, and then to 350. Another thing I want to do is improve my art skills, especially my digital art skills. Because last year I made a resolution to try and draw more. And to be fair, I did manage to do that quite a lot. I think I went through about 2 sketchbooks and bought some new materials to try, and it went really well. But now I want to try and improve my digital art skills. So creating character designs from previous sketches and giving them some colour of life, because I usually draw in like black and white. Improve my shading on characters, and just try to get a better level of art. Now, I can't afford Adobe Suite, so I'm not going to be using Photoshop or Illustrator. So I'm going to be using a free software called Inkscape. I used it to make all the thumbnails for this channel and everything, so I know my way around the program. But I want to try something new as well. If you ever want to see my art, let me know and I'll upload them online. Maybe dedicate an episode or 2 in the future to just go through some of my designs. So yeah, I think that's about it for my resolutions this year. And I'll remind you that the question for this week is, do you have any New Year's resolutions? If you do and you want to share them, you can do so by letting me know down below in the comments. But that's the end of today's podcast. Thank you for listening. I hope you've enjoyed listening to me. And I hope 2020 brings you, good luck and it's all pretty good. Oh, and as always, enjoy a cuppa.